Have you ever wanted to know which are the most expensive objects in the world? Because today we are going to talk about them, the 5 most expensive objects that have ever been seen. Clock. Are you a fan of watches? So, how about paying $30 million for one? This is the estimated value of the accessory in the image, known as Breguet Grand Complication Marie Antoinette No. 160, or simply the Queen. Creation of the Swiss watchmaker Abraham Louis Breguet. The watch began to be manufactured in 1782 and, in addition to having the structure made in gold, the piece has all the functions known for the time. It is said that the watch was commissioned by a lover of the French Queen, but the piece was only completed in 1827, 4 years after Breguet's death, and many more after Marie Antoinette lost her head in the guillotine. Only 1 unit was produced in the world. It was part of the collection of the L. A. Meyer Institute for Islamic Art in Jerusalem, but it was stolen in the 1980s. In 2007, the watch was recovered and has since become a desired object by well-heeled collectors around the world. Breguet people decided to produce a replica of the Queen, and it was valued at a modest amount of $10 million. Car. When we think of incredibly expensive cars, it is inevitable not to think about the machines produced by Ferrari, is it not? For an American collector paid the trifle of $35 million for a specific model in 2012. It is the Ferrari 250 GTO, and only 39 units were produced in the world between the years 1962 and 1964. In the specific case of this purchase, the vehicle was designed especially for the famous British motorist Stirling Moss, who did not even run with the car. Ferrari was used only once during a competition, in Le Mans, in 1962, and soon became a collector's item. Home. While many people still dream of buying their own home, there are people out there who live in huge mansions and full of perks. But none is more valuable than Antilia, the home of Mukesh Ambani, one of the wealthiest men in India. Estimated at US $1 billion, the residence has 37,000 square meters and 27 floors, which can be accessed through 9 elevators. The building measures 170 meters in height and was built to serve as a home for the magnate's family. The structure has basic things, such as a swimming pool, sports gym, yoga studio, cinema room with capacity for 50 people, ballrooms and 3 floors of internal gardens. In addition, the house also has parking for 168 vehicles, an auto repair shop, 3 helipads and an air traffic control tower. Stamp. It may seem complete nonsense, but the little red and slightly dirty piece of paper in the image, which measures a mere 2.5 by 3.8 centimeters, became known as the Mona Lisa dos Celos and was auctioned for US $9.5 million at the beginning of last year. The specimen was produced in English Guiana in 1856 and bears the image of a 3-masted ship and the British colonists' motto, "We give and hope for a return." The value of the stamp, as you may have already deduced, is due to the fact that it is extremely rare. It is the last copy left in the world of a printed stamp run by the printing press of a local newspaper to make up for the lack of official stamps sent from England to Guyana. Photograph. The photograph, dubbed the Rhine II, was taken by the German visual artist Andreas Gursky in 1999. The image depicts the river Rhine in Germany and shows the waters running horizontally between green fields and under a cloudy sky, with some elements that appeared in the original photo, like people walking their dogs and a factory that appeared in the background, have been digitally eliminated. See the original. The image measures 190 by 360 centimeters, or 210 by 380 centimeters with the frame, and was auctioned off at an auction organized by Christie's of New York for just over $4.3 million in 2011. The buyer's identity was not revealed. Currency. Nobody pays much attention to the coins, and even prefers to get rid of them rather than carry them in their wallets. However, there are old coins that can be worth real fortunes, and an example of this is the example in front. Made of silver and copper, this coin was produced in 1794 and was the first dollar coin ever minted by the U.S. Mint. It bears the bust of Liberty, with its flowing hair, emblazoned on one side, and, despite being somewhat judged, The coin was auctioned for no less than $10 million in early 2013. Toy do not think that in the world of extraordinarily expensive things there is no space for toys. After all, well-heeled people also like to play, don't they? There is a card that is a 1/8 scale replica of a Lamborghini Aventador LP704 that has been valued at $4.8 million. The toy has details made in gold and platinum, not to mention the diamonds that cover the steering wheel, seats, headlights and direction of the piece. Just to give you an idea, the real Aventador, life-size, costs about $400,000, that is, a trifle close to the replica. Material: it is impossible to buy antimatter, but if, for some reason, it was available on the market, there is already a price estimate for it, and the value is extraordinarily high. Antimatter can only be created artificially and in small quantities so that scientists can study its properties, and for that, it is necessary to use the most advanced technology available in laboratories such as CERN, the famous particle accelerator located in Switzerland. Ah, we didn't say the price, did we? The value is estimated at just $62.5 trillion per gram of product. Before leaving the video, let your like, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell.